Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a Trap House Talk. If you guys are new to my channel, you are in for a treat because this is going to be a juicy video. We are going to talk about the new updates and new gossips about Falynn, Simon, and Porsha. And y'all, listen, if you're under 18, go ask your mommy if you have permission to watch this video because this video is going to be juicy. Did you get your mommy's permission? Are the kids gone? Y'all, we are talking about threesomes, throuples, everything. Again, we are talking about threesomes, lies, and NDAs. Let's get to the mess. But before we go, if you're new to the channel, it would really help me out if you guys could like, if you could comment, and or you can subscribe. Listen, I appreciate you guys watching anyway, but I am trying to do this full time. It pitches me up in the algorithm. And as my first mission, I will learn how to edit so I can bring you guys some really top quality videos, and I can stop doing my fade outs like this. You see that? Some of you guys like this. I don't find my poverty a joke. Let's try it again. One more time. Okay, anyway, y'all, let's get into the main event. Y'all, so remember, let's just rewind this a little bit. Y'all saw the thing, Fallon's interview, right? If you did not, I did a recap of it. It was actually pretty good, if I do say so myself. Go on and check that video out. It's probably my last upload. There was a video that Fallon did, of course, and she was on this show called Up and Adam. It was a YouTube show, and just to bring you guys up to date, she talked about her relationship with Simon, right? And the one thing that always struck me odd in this was the fact that everybody was kind of a little cagey about the way that when Simon and Porsha met. Simon and Porsha said they not met, but they started dating a month ago, a month before they announced their engagement. Nobody believed that. No, Porsha and Simon didn't even believe that. They were just like, yeah, it happened like a month ago. I know it's sudden. Nobody believed that. But the timeline always put them, and this is the streets, always put them as starting to date somewhere between October and January. October 2020 and January 2020. Follow me on this because this is very important. When Fallon got on her interview for Up and Adam, she was really cagey about the date too. Now, everybody chalked that up to her saying, you know what? She was trying to take the high road. She was trying to be classy. And I believe it. Fallon's a Taurus. Tauruses are very into dignity and class. I definitely believe that she was trying to take the high road. But you guys, she was still cagey about how they actually met. Again, when it started, yes, maybe you don't know, you're not in anybody's bed with them, or are they? But when they actually, how they met, nobody really said. Was the first time they met at the place. Simon did post something saying, you had me at hello. And Fallon was really, really cagey in the fact that she didn't really, She didn't really give a time that she thought that they actually met and started actually talking. Okay, fine. So let's get to the interview. There's a new theory being set forth. Now, I have to let you guys know, this is alleged. It is coming from a blogger, but it's coming from a blogger with impeccable sources. B. Scott Love B. Scott blogger, has a podcast, the B. Scott podcast. It's really good. I'll put a link down there. You guys should actually follow it. It's actually really good. I find her really funny. But I actually don't know her pronouns. I find them very, very, very funny. But here's the gist of it. He has it on very good sources. Very good sources. And just to let you know a little bit about his sources, Bravo has actually started cycling him into storylines on Real Housewives of Atlanta and other places because 99.5% of the time, he is usually dead spot on. So he's usually reliable. He's not like All About the Tea or Monica the Avatar. They just be making up shit. No, he actually does come with real sources. Now, his sources are saying that Falynn and Simon, throughout the course of their marriage, right, was always looking for a third. Now, again, if there's any little babies watching, anybody under 18, get up and go ask your mommy to get permission to watch this, all right? Go, get out of here, skedaddle, kick rocks, kid. All right, are all the kids gone? Let's talk about grown stuff. What is a third? The definition of it. Now, the reason I know is because I actually Googled it, all right? I Googled it. Fine, y'all know I love a good Google search, right? A third is not a threesome. A threesome is just something that happens one time. It can be with anywhere. A third is what you refer to as a throuple. It is someone that both people like, they enjoy, they want them back over and over and over. It's literally taking a committed monogamous relationship between two people and expanding that bubble of commitment and monogamy to a third person. Now, from what I understand, every triple or throuple, let's just call it throuple, a third person couple. Every throuple has different rules of engagement. They all do, right? Different rules of sex, whether you can be there, whether you cannot be there, all this stuff, yada, 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 this, that, and the third. B. Scott is saying it that he has it on good authority that they have been looking for a third and regularly bring people into their room or their house, I guess auditioning them for the third. I guess, right? I mean, it's a heavy job, right? You don't buy the first cow that gives you the milk for free, you know. But let's see what's going on now. B. Scott does speculate that the third person might be Jaylen, who is Fallon's lifelong friend. If you don't know who Jaylen is, let me bring you up to course. Remember when Simon lost his ever-loving mind and said that Fallon was cheating on him and then posted that fake page to Jaylen, all to make this drama start up and all this other stuff, right? And in those things, he had receipts. What he posted was text messages between him and Jaylen saying, yeah, Fallon's right here. You want to talk to her? And he's like, no, just tell her to call me. And Fallon wouldn't get on the phone. Now, we now know the reason Fallon wouldn't get on the phone is because Simon on Valentine's Day got up, walked out the house Valentine's morning, didn't even tell Fallon where he was going. She found out after he had already left that he was going to be gone for 2 months. In that time, he left her to take care of all of their boys together, right? Fallon has 3, Simon had 2 that were staying with him at the time. Both of Simon's boys that were staying with him are special needs, and one of Fallon's son is special needs. I say this to say that he left her for 2 months to go to Miami and Costa Rica, which, by the way, if you cross-reference Porsha's Instagram feed, she was in Miami and Costa Rica those same times, and left Fallon to not only take care of his children, but of course her children too, right? In that time he was gone, Jaylen posted a text when Simon was like, yo, where's Fallon at? Fallon didn't want to get on the phone. I wonder why, Simon. I wonder why. Could it be that you disappeared and you literally did a Ralph? You know how Ralph said he slipped out the back door, moonwalked out the back door with him and Drew and went down to Tampa? Well, Simon moonwalked out the back door on Valentine's Day and didn't come back till 2 months later. And when he came back with 2 months later, Peach Juice had a rock on her finger and Fallon was being served eviction papers from her husband/landlord. But allegedly, right? I digress, right? So he also said, so that was the receipts, the text messages, which to me didn't say anything, but there was also receipts of him showing camera footage of Jaylen and what's her name, Fallon, entering in at the same time. They didn't go through the same door, they separated, and he was like, aha, got you. Now, Jaylen and Fallon pretty close. Jaylen did an interview for the Shade Room, but it was on their blog, right? Not the Instagram, but on their blog, saying that Simon's fraudulent. First of all, Jaylen was like, Fallon and I were both there when the house was being constructed, so we know more than anyone where all the cameras are at. Second of all, we had the passcodes to the camera, so if there was something going on, it would have been erased. And third of all, shut your ass up. This is literally, I'm paraphrasing. He didn't actually say that. I know, because some of y'all be in my comments like, he didn't say that. You're unreliable. I can't believe this. I know that you guys love saying, like, you know, talking about whenever something is shot. So I am paraphrasing. Look at me forgetting my native language. Otherwise, it's kept as the only language I speak, right? If I lose this one, I'm sunk. But to paraphrase, he was like, Simon, shut your ass up. Anyway, you're just using this as a smokescreen. You're using this as a distraction. Fallon did not cheat. She did not cheat with me. We've been lifelong friends. I've actually lived in your house on the first floor. I have my own residence, and you have been 100% completely fine with me being around your wife, my good friend, for as long as I can remember. So shut your ass up and stop with this bullshit, right? Now, right? So this is what brings us to what B. Scott actually had to say. Y'all, listen to this. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. This was actually really kind of like a big shocker. And again, he always has good, reliable quotes, good, reliable people. So let's listen to this. Hold on.
So yeah, I mean, before we can even process that, I have some exclusive information. So drop the exclusive. A.B. Scott. Exclusive! I know, that's right. So, this is what I've been hearing. And I don't think I mentioned it on the last show or previous episodes, but what I've been hearing from a reliable source is that they were constantly looking for a third person. And so that's what was common for them. Like, I think they were, looking for a third person. I'm pretty sure that is like somewhere along the lines of swinging. And I also just find it, very interesting now, knowing this information that we know and the back and forth that's been transpiring since Fallon did her interview. Simon came out and provided what he called was, receipts of her cheating on him with this guy that, from my understanding, has been a lifelong friend. Is that correct, Deborah?
It is. It is. He dropped a couple of receipts. What was it, yesterday? I think over the weekend. Just security camera footage.
Okay, so those are the receipts that I just told you about the security camera footage and also the text messages, which honestly didn't give anything Simon thought was giving. It proved nothing. It was actually a waste of our time, right? But it was drama. I'm not gonna lie, it was drama. I'll say one thing, Simon being a Gemini, he knows how to be a stunt queen. He knows how to be a stunt king. Now, B. Scott went on to say that the reason why Simon was so mad at Jaylen is because perhaps allegedly there might have been a situation where Jaylen was the third. I mean, I know some of y'all get your minds out the gutter. We're thinking it was 2 women and 1 man, but you guys, this is 2021. It might be 2 men and 1 woman, right? And that's why Simon was mad because their third was meeting up with Fallon on their own, right? On their own. Now listen, the funny thing is I really do get friendship vibes from Jaylen and Fallon. It's funny they're Fallon and it's funny that their names even rhyme, but I do get friendship vibes for them. She posted stuff about his birthday on her Instagram. He's always been around. I think he was around when this house was built. He was around when all this stuff happened. Again, but let's get to the rest of the stuff, right? Let's get to the rest of the stuff. B. Scott also had a little bit more to say. Hold on, let's do this.
I don't know what Simon was I don't know what those pictures were supposed to prove exactly.
Exactly.
I think they are, in my opinion, they're trying to use what they may have to substantiate the story that they're trying to put out in the court of public opinion. From what my information, exclusive information that was brought to me, I just believe that they were just doing all type of things. And sometimes when 2 people start to pair off and do certain things together without the third person, then that becomes the problem.
Okay, let's talk about then that becomes the problem, because there are a few things. I have so many notes to do. Now, you guys, we have to keep something in mind, right? With B. Scott's source, right? And again, this is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt, but he is but we also have to say that he is one of the most reliable bloggers out there, and he does get exclusives and scoops. And when he has an exclusive and scoop, to my knowledge, I don't know of any of them that have been proved wrong. So we have to be fair on both sides. Now, Remember season 9, right? Remember when season 9, Real Housewives, when Candy flipped out on Porsha and she literally let it be known, I think it was a Todd, you got a freak hoe sitting right there. Remember when she let it out that, and I think Claudia did too, that Porsha was sleeping not only with married men, but she was also sleeping with married couples, and she was fine with that. When she called her a third wheel, she was a third wheel all season 9. Now, allegedly, the streets were saying back then, I do remember, right? Allegedly, that Porsha was trying to be a third wheel to Todd and Candy, but instead they chose Samia. Now this would make sense only for the fact of, we know right now from what we've seen of Peach Juice, and we know what we've seen of now even her kissing up and rubbing and dancing with Simon. I'll put that in the thing if I can, right? But we know from her dancing with Simon and acting like she's so in love with them that for a fact, she doesn't have any scruples. She's super, super sexually free. I think that's why every man in the world loves Porsha. She's super sexually free. She doesn't have any scruples. And you think about it, she is always looking for a come up. If you could be a third in a couple and be taken care of, right? Because remember also in season 9, when Claudia called her out, that she was showing up in Bentleys. This is when Porsha had just gotten thrown out from Cordell, and she didn't really have any money. She was trying to build her way up. She got a Bentley out of nowhere. And back then, even before anybody was carrying Birkins, Porsha popped up with a large purple Birkin. The crocodile one. The crocodile ones are even more expensive than the leather. She literally popped up with at least a $30,000 to $50,000 bag on her arm. And Claudia was like, yo, where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that from? And Candy was like, yo, you third wheeling it with married people. And this was alleged, right? But y'all remember in season 9, the reason I'm bringing that up is we fast forward to what are we, season 13, about to go into season 14, and a lot of these rumors that Porsha was like, that's a lie, I would never do that, have either proven to be true for a fact, or the facts now show that more likely than not, that wasn't just rumors, it actually happened, right? Remember that there were rumors that Porsha was thirding up to Paul and Tanya, and they were enjoying each other. That's why her and Tanya had something, but also whenever she's around, she was down to be with Paul. Now again, this is also alleged, but it does kind of go with the timeline of when Tanya and Porsha got super, super tight, and then they just faded out, right? It does go with that timeline. And of course, we know now from the Bolo situation, Porsha is free as the wind. Y'all remember the audio where she was trying to get Tanya like, yo, did you get some of Bolo? Did you have your turn? Did you have your turn? Because she wanted to make sure that everybody went down, and Tanya got the hell out of there. Now, right? So that's what we know about Porsha, and the way this wouldn't be outside of her realm of possibilities, right? Simon is just a mess. Let's talk about Simon now. Why wouldn't be out of Simon's realm of possibilities? Remember when the girls came over and Simon was being such a yucky creep, sitting on the grotto, just like undressing all the women with his eyes? I thought that Fallon was taking that disrespect because Simon had all the money and she didn't have any power and whatnot, but Fallon didn't actually seem fazed. Looking back on that scene, that lecherous, yucky look in Simon's face, he was looking for his third. Now, it's unclear whether at that time him and Porsha had actually, you know what I'm saying? But he was sitting there just looking, sitting there looking like he was at a grocery store, like just looking, swinging his little legs off the grotto. How tall is Simon? Simon's short, because I just remember his little legs swinging off the grotto. Just, here's the grotto, right? And here's his legs just swinging, like Kevin Hart style, just swinging, right? Okay, so we have that. So we know also, and even with Simon, even asking Porsha to marry him, you have no problem, scruples, you think your money can get you into many places. And quiet as it's kept, your money can get you into different places. Because honestly, when people see money, people get really, really quiet. I don't, but that could be because I don't have any damn sense, right? But most people get real quiet when there's money around. Now, let's look at also Fallon, right? Fallon, remember when Fallon was in her interview and she said, I did everything for my marriage. And at that time, I thought she was talking about couples counseling. I thought she was talking about this. But what if she really was doing everything to actually save her marriage? Anything that Simon wanted, she actually delivered to him. That's why when him and Porsha popped up, Fallon immediately unfollowed Porsha. But remember when they were in the club and stuff, and everybody's making jokes like, Lord, please let my hand never touch the knee of my replacement. Y'all, what if it was always like a third situation? But Porsha got inventive. Simon saw an opportunity and got slimy, and Falynn did not stay vigilant. And basically it was musical chairs, and when the music stops, Fallon was the one that was without a chair, right? Again, you guys see what I'm saying? This is all legit, but it's definitely in the realm of possibility. And everybody's saying that the reason why Simon was so mad is because Fallon broke some of the rules, which is we can only be, I get the pick, Again, we don't know if the third is a man or a woman. We don't know if the third even exists. However, I will say again, all alleged, it's based on B. Scott. I'll put the link to the thing, but he is a certified blogger, and his exclusives are rarely, if ever, wrong. So we have to take that into account. Now, right? There's more to this, right? You have to look at the situations, right? And like B. Scott said, you're looking at the timestamps of Fallon and that guy coming home that you obviously knew about, whether it was a throuple situation or just a friendship situation. You obviously knew about it. Can we see the timestamps to see when Peach Juice has been in the house? Because we know she's been in the house because y'all been seeing each other for a while, right? To even that point, right? The situation is actually a mess. Let's see what else B. Scott has to say about it. He goes into even more. Hold on.
And so I don't even know for sure. I mean, they could have been, from what I understand, it could be this type of situation where Porsha, the way that Simon was looking at Porsha when she came over to the house, even in the footage that we saw on Housewives of Atlanta.
Booty, rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere. Rocking everywhere. Booty. That's what Simon
I'm not saying that did happen, but I would need to know if that didn't happen.
I know that's right. Like B. Scott says, not saying it did happen, but I'm gonna need proof that it didn't happen. When Simon walked in and saw Porsha doing the twerkulator in the pool, it's time for the twerkulator, and all he heard was booty, rocking everywhere, rocking everywhere, rocking everywhere, booty. That's all Simon heard, and Porsha just heard cha-ching, 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 money. No, what did Porsha hear? Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. I know if anybody wants to offer me a recording contract, you can just DM me or email me. My email is tsatterals. I know I'm a very gifted singer. My mommy has told me every day of my life. Yeah, you know what to do with that. Now. There's a little bit more to it than that, right? Porsha has made no secret that in her time for Real Housewives of Atlanta, she has used time and time again sex as a weapon to build allies. She did that when she tried to seduce Kandi and Todd, but Kandi wasn't having it, much to Todd's chagrin, because we know he was imagining having some peach juice that night, right? She's done it with Tanya, allegedly, right? She's done it with Tanya, allegedly. And every single time there's like a guy or something she needs, she uses her sex as a weapon. So she does use sex to get allies, right? We saw that even with Tanya when she was trying to pull Tanya into having a thing. But we know she's not above using that. Now, we need to also look at how messy this situation is, but it does explain the caginess. It does explain why no one will actually even say, hey, when do you think they start, when they even like first started having outside conversations? Forget about them actually dating. Even asking, hey, when do you think their friendship actually got solidified? When do you think their friendship fought? Why couldn't Adam even ask that? But again, even if he had, I doubt anyone would have given an answer, because everybody is real cagey about that. And you know how it is when people are cagey about the way they met. It means in a weird way they feel like they met in an embarrassing situation. Now, let's talk about Miss Fallon, shall we? Let's talk about Miss Fallon, because there's a few things in that interview that I was just like, yo, let's talk about this. Before we go, there is just a few more other things from B. Scott we actually should listen to, just to give you a little more thing. And you guys don't have to click out and go to the thing. Let's listen to a few other things that he has to say. Y'all ready for this? Here we go. Is this it? Hold on.
But I would need to know if that didn't happen. You get what I'm saying? So like, I mean, and I'm not judging either. This is not about judging, but I think what's happening is they're picking and choosing what they want to put out to help support whatever narrative. So he's trying to paint her as a cheating wife, and so that's why he can turn around and marry somebody or be engaged to somebody in less than 30 days. Or even during the damn ink, I don't think the ink is even settled yet, right?
No, they're still finalizing.
Yeah, so they haven't signed the contract yet, and you then moved on with somebody else in that Mayweather boxing matches in Florida.
Okay, so we love to say that Porsha was happy as could be, giggling to be at the Mayweather boxing match, and he made a comment, he's like, you can tell some people ain't used to money. And I agree, right? But let's talk about this theory he's actually putting out about the fact that they are putting this story out about Fallon being a cheating wife so that Simon can have an excuse as to why he moved on with Porsha so well. But I don't know if that holds thing. I mean, granted, Simon seems to be a pretty liberal person, obviously, but for that theory to actually hold weight, and this is what they're trying to do, is distract, that means that Fallon would have to be cheating with Jaylen, but according to the source, they have a third, so that means Jaylen is the third, and that means that Fallon was running shit in the bed, and she had Simon and Jaylen busting it open for a pimp. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rodney the Boys and busting it open for a pimp, right? Or a player, whatever it is. Again, all alleged, no shade. But this does seem to be another thing that they threw out to kind of besmirch the reputation. But the only thing is, if Simon was the one that put it out, and assuming the third wasn't Jaylen, it was actually Porsha, I understand you're trying to make Fallon look bad, but then doesn't this also make your fiance look really bad too? So it begs to differ. Is Simon the one actually putting this out? I don't really know. Now, let's get to Miss Fallon, because there are a lot of things that happened in that interview that kind of went over my head, but I have to actually address it. Fallon said she did whatever she could to keep her husband. I know she keeps saying that she loves Simon, but honestly, Simon's almost 60, Fallon's 30. Again, they were really cagey about the way they met until you talk to the first wife and the second wife, and you find out that Fallon used to be the Porsha in the way that she was never friends with the wife, but Simon always leaves his old while he's with his new. He doesn't believe in having breathing room, right? He does not believe in having breathing room. He usually gets the person pregnant before he leaves, but for this time with Fallon, she was smart enough not to let that happen, or maybe it was something else going on, right? Maybe Simon doesn't have, he is almost 60, allegedly, maybe he doesn't have it in him anymore. But let me get back on point, right? You said you did everything you could to please your man. Let's also not remember in there, I don't care what y'all said, Fallon, she has a lot of class. I like the girl, this, that, and the third. But let's also not forget that Fallon did leave the door open for him to come out back. And Fallon is a Taurus, and don't put it past a Taurus for them to ever stop holding a grudge when you screw them over, and not literally, they will get your great-great-grandchild back even if they can't get you, because it's literally blood food start from you crossing a Taurus. How do we know that me as a woman suspect that she's actually leaving the door open? For one, she said she loves really hard, And Simon knows that I love him unconditionally. And I love really hard. I love so hard. And if he's happy, as long as he's happy, then fine, go. As long as you're happy. Y'all, read in between the lines. As long as you're happy, I'll respect your decision. But if you're not happy, you know where home is. I love you unconditionally, and that door is still open. Y'all, I don't care what you say. Y'all kept telling me to read between the lines. I read in between the lines, and that was some in between the doors still open. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all got people saying they love you unconditionally, if you guys have people saying that as long as you're happy, I'll respect that and I'll always love you unconditionally, then you're a damn fool if you don't think that person isn't holding the door wide open for you to come back. Again, I don't know if Fallon even wants Simon anymore, but I guarantee she'll take him back and wave him around like a toy for 3 months in Porsha's face to say, Speaking of which, if you guys have been on Porsha's Instagram, you will know that she does look pregnant. She makes jokes about it, but she does look pregnant. Y'all, I can't wait till she makes a maternity announcement so I can say, told you so. Unless she does a phager with the 6 months of counting. Let's talk about Miss Fallon. Just a little thing that I saw. Again, Simon's a sleazeball. Simon is not, that is my opinion, Simon is not that attractive, and Simon is 59 years old. Nothing wrong with a 59-year-old man, but I'll date a 59-year-old man when I am 65. Not now. No ma'am, right? Fallon is drop dead gorgeous. Simon is a person that can afford a lifestyle to a drop dead gorgeous 30-year-old, right? So that is where we are. Remember when she was like, I'm not into clothes, I'm not into bags, I'm not into shopping, which y'all got into my comments and was like, oh, I'm not like that either. And I understand that because you guys can see by the way I am. I don't really enjoy clothes. I don't really enjoy shopping, right? I mean, I like dressing up, but shopping really does get on my nerves. But if I have something around, I can kind of put something together. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman. Of course, I like makeup and clothes. I just don't like putting the effort into shopping. But you know, and everybody was like, oh my God, Fallon's not materialistic. She's not this, she's not that. Listen, I think she's a great mom. I think she's a good woman. She seems like a very, very sweet, genuine person. I don't know if it was an act or not, but that's what she seemed like to me. I will actually say though, this Pollyanna act that you guys fall for, just because someone doesn't like clothes and going shopping doesn't mean that they don't enjoy the material things. If you scroll down Fallon's feed, she has nothing but her and matching dresses to orange Ferraris, her flexing in Bentleys, her flexing in her pool. She loves to show off, as she should, the spoils of her labor. Listen, having to kiss Simon every night and hope he doesn't turn back into Shrek is a lot of work. And Fallon deserves to be compensated on it. Look at Porsha. She's putting in a lot of work with Simon, waiting to get compensated. I'm glad Fallon figured out a way. But if you go up and down Fallon's Instagram feed, y'all, again, the truth is somewhere in the middle. I'm not saying that Fallon is the bad guy. I'm not saying she's a monster. But can we just admit that everybody is a little bit suspect in the situation? Some, allegedly, Simon and Porsha, are way more dirty in the situation. But also with Fallon, again, I do think that she was taken advantage of. I do think, sorry guys, I keep thinking somebody's coming into the back door. I do think she's being taken advantage of. I do think that she was treated very badly, but I do also believe B. Scott, because it lines up with all the facts I set out, there is a little bit more to the story about how Porsha even got that close to Simon. Y'all, let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think this was a third wheel situation? Not a threesome, but a throuple, a third, right? In a relationship that got out of hand, and the two people, Simon got mad because Fallon was stepping out allegedly and he clung to Porsha, but the way Porsha even got into that woman's house was Simon and Fallon allegedly had them in their bed. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? Please let me know. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Like, subscribe, and comment. Also, you guys, I have a good travel blog coming out in a couple days. I'm working on editing it. You know I have to do it, and you know my editing skills, so don't expect much, but you're going to have my smart ass. No, it's going to be really good, right? I'm putting all my unpaid editing skills into this. And then also be on the lookout for Cancer season. I'm dropping all my zodiacs, and if you guys are into tarot, I do tarot readings and give free mini readings to my subscribers Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Come in and stop by. And if you guys want a reading on anything with housewife stuff, you know that's coming up. Come on and stop by. I would really, really love to see you guys. And with that, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And with that, I am out. Bye.